Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's build, we are creating this lovely little ramen and boba cafe. But when I upload it to the gallery, it will be listed as a restaurant because in order for your Sims to actually sit down and grab a table and get some ramen, it does need to be a restaurant. But this is probably, I think, maybe the fourth time that I'm recording this intro because I was just having trouble getting my words out and explaining what this build is. So I have that whole portion covered. I pictured it would be nice to be a cafe, but if you upload it as a cafe, then they're not going to be able to get ramen. So upload it as a restaurant. Okay, check that box. We've got that part covered. But also, in addition to that, I really wanted to play here myself. It's been a while that I've played as any type of business owner, so I really wanted to actually play with the Sims that would own this restaurant. And I've learned in the past when I've owned restaurants and vet clinics that it's really nice when your Sims don't have to go home. It just makes owning the business so much easier. They can have all their needs met. You know, they can go upstairs and take a nap or actually full on sleep in a bed. They can take a shower in their own shower. There's many reasons to have some sort of like a living space wherever you own a business in The Sims 4. So I do end up actually creating like an entire apartment off on the side of this building. And I wanted it to fit in with the rest of this like little downtown area of Copperdale. So we use lots of brick. I think we maybe use like a Discover University brick, but it's not like this traditional red brick that is on the upper level of the restaurant. It's more of like, I don't know. Can you guys picture like the Discover University brick? It's like, it's thicker. It's not quite as rustic and industrial, I guess. I don't really know if that like explains it really well. I'm very bad when it comes to explaining things like that, but you guys will see. But basically where we're at right now, well, we're not there anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But off to the side of this restaurant, we end up creating an apartment, and it has a lower level, which there's literally just like, you know, your little hallway when you first walk in. There's like a console table with some junk on it. That way it looks lived in. And then there's a walk-in closet from Get Together down there. And then upstairs, you have this entire living space. There's a full-on kitchen. There is a living room. There's one bedroom and two bathrooms, and both are full bathrooms. And then we also have this nice little like bonus room essentially where I put a Murphy bed, I placed down a yoga mat and a mirror, and then just some clutter from the Everyday Clutter kit because some of it is like fitness focused, and I think it turned out really well. And then I was playing here. It's been a while, like I said, that I've done any type of gameplay when it comes to being a business owner. And I wasn't sure why my Sims wouldn't sit down at their kitchen table. And then I figured out, because we're on a restaurant lot, this is literally not their table. Like, it's registered, the game is registering it as being a table that's a part of the restaurant. So you actually have to like request that table, which I completely get. I just wish there was some way that, I don't really know how the functionality of it would work, but I just wish that there was a way that my Sims could frickin' sit there because it's in their apartment. But again, this is a restaurant lot, so you know, you can't have the best of both worlds, unfortunately. I want to say there was a couple more glitches. The nice thing, though, about it is that my Sims, technically, this isn't their quote-unquote home lot. Their home lot is somewhere else in Copperdale, and since they aren't using anything there, they, like no electricity, no water, or anything like that, their bills are literally like $60 every time the mail is delivered. So I honestly thought that was kind of nice, and at first it didn't really quite click. Like, I was playing here while I was like playtesting and also just having fun, enjoying my time. And anytime I would owe the bills, it would be like, yeah, $62. And I'm like, wow, it's so crazy. It's like the same price every single time, which doesn't often happen in The Sims because it just depends on how much electricity and water and all that you're using. And also it's rather cheap. And then I was like, oh, duh, they're not technically on their home lot. So that was a little bit of a brain fart moment for me. And then I want to say one other glitch that was a bit irritating. So I ended up having to place the Sims' actual like own personal dining table and chairs into their household inventory. Was I had Sims waiting at the host stand at the restaurant, and they'd be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting forever. And I was like, there's so many open tables. What table did they request? Or like, is there a glitch where they're not requesting a table? Like, I'm pretty sure it's not a host issue. Like, you can only have one host. So I was so confused, and I was like considering like firing my host, but my host skills were completely maxed out. So I was like, it shouldn't be that unless it's some kind of like patch glitch or something. Like, I don't have mods in here, so it shouldn't be anything like that. Like, this is really weird. And then I was like, you know what? They might be requesting the table that's in my Sims apartment. So I put it in my household inventory, and ever since I haven't had an issue. So of course, there's a few flaws with actually expecting your Sims to never go home to their quote unquote home lot. So that was one thing that I learned the hard way. I just kept losing money as a business owner, and my Sims, the ones that were waiting around, most likely requesting the table in my Sims apartment, were very unhappy with the wait times, of course, and obviously never got seated. Therefore, you either close your business before they ever actually sit down, or they just end up leaving before the day is over, and of course that brings your reviews down and you lose money and whatever. So that's just a few disclaimers. If you do decide to download this off the gallery, if you do want to download this off the gallery, you can find it under my EA ID, which is ashleyyangelinaa, spelled with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And I've been really bad about posting screenshots over on Instagram. And I think it's just because, I don't really know why. I've thought about it in my head, like, okay, I need to, actually like upload these. Like, I haven't done that in a hot minute. And that's where I prefer to keep everybody updated. But I feel like enough subscribers come across my videos to the point where I don't need to, I don't know, like, I guess, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I guess I don't really need to like remind anybody over on Instagram, like, hey, I have a build coming out tomorrow, or, oh, like, in case you guys didn't see, I posted a video on it on Instagram, on YouTube, go check it out, and, upload, or update my link in my bio, so it's actually like will bring you directly to whatever video is my most current video. I haven't been doing that, and I just think it's because I fell off of Instagram and YouTube for a while there around the time that I had my son, and I feel like at this point there's no real excuse because he's almost 6 months old. He'll be 6 months old at the end of this month, which is insane. Time has gone by extremely fast. Therefore, I've been off of Instagram and not really consistent with my Instagram posts for even longer. And it does suck because I was really good about it, and it's not that I can't change it. I feel more of a pull toward my YouTube than I do my Instagram, which I always felt more of a pull toward YouTube anyway. That was why I made the Instagram, was to promote my YouTube. But I don't know. I'm just not as into it anymore. I do go on that account pretty often, and I look at, my own followings, posts and stuff. Like, I do gather some inspiration from other builders out there. So going on Instagram and seeing those posts is a good way for me to be inspired and make me want to continue building and things like that. But I don't know. I'm just not as into it lately. And not to say that I'll never post on Instagram again, because it's not at all what I'm saying. I really do think I will get around to posting some screenshots at some point. I'm just not sure if they'll be of this build particularly, but this build is rather unique. So if I am to post anything on there soon, it probably will be a build that I am really proud of because it's more unique and aesthetically pleasing and just, I don't know, right up my alley. I feel like with certain builds, I'm like, oh, like anybody could have built this. Like it doesn't really look like my build per se, because it's all like, you know, just all the items from one specific pack or something, or like a base game build. I'm like, I'm not always super into my base game builds or limited pack builds because they don't really look like my builds, if that makes any sense at all. I feel like my builds have so many different packs in them. I do lots of clutter. So obviously when you're limited to packs, there's less chances of coming across clutter and things like that. And of course there's ways around it. You can use the debug menu and live edit objects and all of that. But anyway, that's literally neither here nor there. We have put together the floor plan for, I think, both with the restaurant and the apartment. The apartment for sure. I'm pretty sure the restaurant, we are done with the floor plan there. I think the only thing I do off camera when it comes to building this specific lot is I end up cutting out the footage of me building or putting together the restaurant bathroom altogether because first of all, it's not that exciting. And second of all, it took me a while to put it together. I was debating on putting a stall in there, but if you're familiar with building and you grab one of the stalls, I think I grabbed the one from the high school years expansion pack. It has like these weird like half tiles on either side of it. So basically, if you were to center it on, I want to say it's 3 tiles wide. If you place it against the wall and it's in the middle, like it's perfectly clipped to the middle of the wall, there's like dead space on either side. And I didn't like that. I felt like that's like weird and not realistic. So I ended up just placing like a freestanding toilet, and I obviously enclosed it and made it like its own little toilet room. And then there's, you know, a sink outside of that area for your Sims to wash their hands and whatnot. But anyway, we are in the actual apartment, and I love the way that this apartment turned out. I was thinking the Sim that lives here obviously owns the boba and ramen cafe, and I was thinking that they have a cat and maybe they have a partner, a significant other, and they are into thrifting, and or maybe not. Oh my gosh, can I talk? No. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's a little early. I haven't had my coffee. I actually went to make my coffee this morning and realized, oh yeah, I drank the rest of it yesterday. That's a big bummer. And my husband was like, well, why don't you just go to the store? I'm like, because it's like dark out. It was like 5:30 when this happened. And I was just like, like I can't be bothered going to the store right now. Like, yeah, no one's going to be there. But also like, that's weird to me too. Like, it's so weird going to the store and they're literally only being the workers. And like, you're one of the only people shopping. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to wait. But so I'm a little rusty this morning. Maybe the Sim isn't into thrifting per se, but they're just into like a really eclectic, I don't know, like vintage, but also like antique furniture, or it's like a combination of both. Like, I guess they could thrift antique and vintage furniture and decorations and things like that. So their apartment is, I guess the best way to put it is eclectic. It's very eclectic. And as you can see, we are putting together this little like office / gaming / streaming area. I was thinking that the Sim is really just into video gaming. Like, you know, when they close down shop for the day, they come upstairs, maybe they hang out with their cat a little bit, cook a meal, and I don't know, play some video games or maybe stream or something. I just imagine maybe they are really good at video games, not sure which video game, but one of them, and they like to stream on Twitch or something. And I don't know, they make like a little bit of extra money doing that, or it's literally just for fun and it's like a hobby that they enjoy doing when they're off of work or on their day off or something. I end up switching out the desk for a more antique looking one. This one looks, I mean, it does have that vintage kind of look to it. Like, I don't know, like, because it's the Art Deco style, so you can definitely find some vintage or antique Art Deco decorations and furniture and things like that. But I don't know, I just felt like it didn't really go, and like that wall looked a bit bare to me, even though I did fill it pretty well. I don't know, I just felt like it didn't go with the rest of the apartment, so I ended up switching it out for a different one. I do that off camera, so you'll see it in the screenshots. But now we've moved on into like this little bonus room. I was considering making this area the office, but then I was like, well, I don't know, maybe the sim likes to have company over, whether it's family or friends or something. So I wanted to put a Murphy bed in here. Also, it gives your sims another area to just kind of hang out. And then I was thinking also that the sim that lives here is really into yoga, or maybe they're just starting to get into yoga and they just enjoy meditating. As a business owner, it probably would be rather stressful if I think about it realistically. Like in real life, it would be stressful to own your own business, as it may be nice to be your own boss. There's definitely pros and cons to everything, like being your own boss. So I don't know, maybe that's just one way that they can kind of blow off some steam and they just enjoy, I don't know, doing some yoga. Or maybe you can replace the yoga mat with one of those little meditation stools, and meditating would be another good way to blow off some steam and just kind of relax, wind down, or maybe it's a good way to start your day. I don't know, something like that. So I was thinking that, yeah, the sim is obviously the owner of the boba and ramen shop, so maybe they're good at cooking as well. That could always be another potential for something that they're interested in. And then they're into yoga and or meditation and thrifting and maybe video games and streaming video games. But if you're a streamer, you're probably into video games, right? So, I mean, I know there's different kind of streamers out there, but I feel like more mainstream when you talk about, oh, like a streamer, you think video games, right? I don't know. At least I do. But anyway, we are now moving on into the master bedroom, the one and only bedroom here. So the primary bedroom in this apartment. And as we're just putting it together, I'd say it's pretty mismatchy. I do use quite a few items from the high school years pack. I believe all the furniture in here is from high school years. And then we do end up placing that nice wicker looking shelf from the pastel pop kit in here, and I clutter it up a little bit extra with just some random items just to kind of make this area, of course, once again, seem more lived in and whatnot. And I was going to mention something else. Oh yeah, so in this ensuite bathroom, which I don't even remember us putting it together, but apparently we did already. Oh no, I recorded it backwards. I jumped back and forth, which I do a lot, and it's kind of an eyesore for me when I do it at times, or at least when I go to edit. But I'll start in a room and I start decorating, cluttering, whatever I'm doing, and then I'll hop into another room because I come across an item and I'm like, oh, this would be really great in the bathroom, for example. And then I end up just like, I know that I was just working on the bedroom, but like now that I'm in the bathroom, I may as well just like do that. And then I go back and forth. So I moved the footage around because I saw like a glimpse of the bathroom and I was like, wait, we didn't even furnish it yet, but it's like, it's done already. And I'm really proud of this bathroom. I think it turns out so cute. So I was really happy with it. But what I was going to say about it was that I place a washer and dryer here because, of course, you're going to want your sim to be able to do laundry, right? But because it's a restaurant lot, your sims actually don't accrue any laundry, which is actually kind of nice. So it is a little bit of a waste of space, but personally, I think it looks really cute here. I do like to incorporate like bathrooms with washer and dryers, especially when I think of like how old this building really would be. I think it makes sense that there's a washer and dryer in there. Like there's no designated laundry room, basically. But I believe we're going to be coming up on the screenshots here in just a few moments. But I want to thank you guys for watching if you have made it this far. And if you have made it this far, stick around for the screenshots because I think they ended up, like, this whole apartment ended up being so cute. And again, if you want to download this off the Sims 4 gallery, my name over there is Ashley Angelina, spelled with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. All of my links will always be listed down below. So I do need to kind of work on being more present on Instagram. Twitter, I've basically completely forgotten about at this point, and I don't really plan on doing anything with that. But anyway, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell so you're aware of when I upload. I typically upload once every like week or so. Lately, it's been more like every 2 weeks. But anyway, I hope to see you guys in a future build. Bye.